It's Christmas time and time for a carol.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, bitches.
No negotiations. You're gonna transfer the money to my foreign bank account, right? Hang on, I gotta take this. It's Thursday the 13th, so we dodged that bullet, am I right? We're gonna be drinking the 13th bourbon out of this box. Anybody's guess what it's gonna be? Maybe it's gonna be an empty window and they're just screwing with us, so we'll see what happens. But let's see what we got here. It's George C. Stagg Jr. So maybe you've noticed this new bottle on my shelf here, the Stagg Jr. I recently purchased that at my local liquor store. It's a very well-known Buffalo Trace product. Apparently I got to get a little taster of it without opening that bottle, so hey, I lucked out. 64.9% alcohol. It's 129.8 proof. They don't they don't screw around at Buffalo Trace. So yeah, I've actually never had this before. I'm really pumped to try it out. I found this for a reasonably good deal, and I was really excited because a buddy of mine actually told me that it was going to be available at that liquor store, and he bought one bottle and left one for me, and I was able to get it before somebody else bought it. This gives me kind of like renewed resolve for this box. Not that I was like losing faith in it, but like now I wonder what else they're gonna have in here. Like, is there gonna be like an Angel's Envy Reserve or like Pappy Van Winkle in here? Like, anything's possible. Without further ado, I gotta try it. You know, that's what you guys pay me for. They don't pay me. I'm just kidding. I feel like I should be wearing white gloves for this. As I spill all of it everywhere. It's like that droplet was $20 droplet. Yeah, I don't get any. That's amazing. Like, for something as high proof as that, and I don't get any alcohol on the aroma, that's, you know, that's intense. So just a quick bookkeeping here. This particular whiskey in this year of 2018 won a gold medal at the New York State International Spirits Awards. It also won a gold medal for the best bourbon in the category, in which case it was the bourbon overproof, which basically means like above the standard, you know, 86 to 90 proof bourbon whiskey. And it won a gold there too at the LA International Spirits Competition as well. I never understood how they could host an international competition and call it like a certain particular city also international, but I guess it's because the international contenders in the race. So as I said, there's basically no heat at all off of the aroma. You gotta savor all this. Whoa. Alright, yeah, so I had read that you get like dark chocolate off of it, and I thought that they were kind of full of crap on that, but you really do. It's like biting into a like 98% chocolate bar if it was like creamy, almost like a pudding kind of. Actually, no, that's more accurate. It sounds ridiculous saying this, but like a Jell-O chocolate pudding cup, because it coats your tongue, it kind of has that flavor to it. It's like a little bit masked by the heat of the alcohol, but it's totally there. When it hits the roof of my mouth, I can totally tell it's that high proof though. Ah, that's good. I don't know, I kind of gotta set that down while I talk. Like, I feel like I need to nurse that one a little bit, which is gonna make this, I might not finish it by the end of this video. It's just an ounce, but that's pretty beefy stuff. For those of you who don't know, Buffalo Trace is one of easily the most celebrated distillery in the bourbon marketplace. Not as prolific as Jim Beam as far as like their production line and what they have going on, but their name kind of lives in infamy as far as some of the products that they do produce. Like the Buffalo Trace standard whiskey is fantastic for the price and highly recommended from this channel. I keep it as a shelf spirit all the time. but they produce the Pappy Van Winkle series, the George T. Stagg series, they produce the Weller series. Like, they have a lot of really top-notch bourbons on the market, and pretty much all of them live in some level of fame and like unavailability. So if you ever get the opportunity to purchase one of their spirits, if you haven't got one in your catalog yet, it's pretty much highly recommended. They are, without any real exaggeration, pretty much like, if you consider yourself a bourbon collector or like a bourbon connoisseur, as it were, then you need to have at least tried some of their products, because they are looked at in that high regard. It's pretty much, there's no argument there. Maybe you could make the argument that that's all artificial and that it's a little overrated, and that's probably true for some of their products. I have personally had the luxury of being able to try most of their Pappy Van Winkle series, and I would argue that while they are great bourbons, the price may not be justified in terms of quality, because I've had some really fantastic bourbons for not a lot of money, but the average cost of like a Pappy Van Winkle, even if you just buy a shot at a bar, is going to be over $80 an ounce. So you kind of gotta like measure it by like your expectations and like what it means to you. But I think that if anybody's really interested in collecting these or trying these spirits, they really should go after a bottle, because it's going to be way cheaper than drinking it out, and you'll be able to share it and savor it and hold on to it for a long time, and only break it out at special occasions, and you'll wow all your friends when it's on your shelf, because they are very difficult to obtain. This Stagg Jr., significantly less difficult to obtain. The Weller, same thing. Like, you know, you will find those based on your area pretty often, like on a yearly basis, but those Pappy Van Winkles are really hard to come by. So if you ever see one and it's not priced at like an obscene price, you know, like less than $500 a bottle, then absolutely grab it. You can always hold on to it for a couple of years and resell it if you want to, sealed obviously. But even the empty bottles of Pappy Van Winkle will sell on eBay for like $60 for an empty piece of glass, because people want to fill it with something cheap and put it on their shelf just so they have bragging rights. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. They're the Yeezys. They are the Yeezys of bourbon whiskey, so just keep that in mind. That's diatribe over, you get it. In the meantime, this is excellent. And I'm, see, now that it's kind of warmed up a little bit, it's even better aroma. I'm getting a little bit more heat now. I'm glad I got that in my collection now. I'm not gonna drink that all in anytime soon, but it's gonna be a worthy member of my collection. So. Alright, bring it on. What's day 14 gonna be? Well, that concludes day number 13. I hope everybody's having a great day. Tomorrow's Friday, so your weekend is almost here. Hopefully you have good plans, some like friends' Christmas parties, or like you're getting together with family. We're getting closer to that end game, so if you need a bourbon to bring to a party to get impressed people all around you and to really like leave a mark on the evening, maybe check out some George T. Stagg Jr. or Stagg Jr. as it's known in every circles. It's very good, very interesting. Just don't give it to that guy that doesn't appreciate it. Like, save it, put it in your pocket, in your trench coat, whip it out for special occasions, put it away, you know, whatever it takes, but make sure you savor every single drop. The price is reasonable. Quality is obscene, so check it out. Highly recommended. In the meantime, bon voyage. Drink more bourbon.